So I recently discovered a beautiful allegorical tale of what happens to a person's surroundings and what happens to a person's internal world when they are on the path to the light, which is just the enlightenment, the wisdom, the knowledge of their self and the universe. Paradoxically, or should I say, the principle of polarity tells us there is always two sides of everything. So for every lie, there is truth in it, and every truth, there is a lie in it. So I found it in the Bible, actually, recommended to me by a Christian who was attempting to get me to worship Jesus. But that's beside the point. He honestly does not know what the fuck he's talking about. And that's okay, because everybody comes to it in their own time. Some people are a little bit further down the light spectrum into the darker area, so they don't really know that they don't know. But that's okay, because I got a long way to travel myself. But I wanted to do a reading. I'm going to break it into 10-minute little chunks here, because I love this story, man. It's amazing. It is so amazing. And honestly, it was so reassuring to me to read this, because it was like everything that I had already gone through and am still going through is explained in here. So I'll just go through a couple paragraphs, and then I'm gonna stop and talk about it, because I get passionate, and most of the people that I know don't want to fucking hear it. Which is fine, because even Jesus says in the end, like, he knows people don't know what the fuck he's talking about. So he's like, you know what? Hey, just love each other. And then he gets killed the next day. So let me read through this stuff. So in the beginning, right? It says, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Well, think about this for a second. In the beginning was the Word. This is before anything, apparently, right? Before there's a planet, before there's suns, before solar systems, before anything, I guess, right? Is what they're just trying to tell us. It's in the beginning. Now, this was written 2,000 years ago or more, right? These are all put together. Hell, this book, as we know it, is about 2,000 years old. So this stuff was probably written even hundreds of years before this book even came about, right? And we also know there was stuff that just didn't make it into the book. It's funny how most of the stuff that did make it in the book wasn't even the people that actually knew Jesus, but that's okay. They took all those people's shit and just kind of pushed it off to the side. But that's another subject and video altogether. But in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So we can pretty much justify it's saying that the Word is God here, right? But if you think about it, what is a word? It's vibration. It's a sound. Your vocal cords have to vibrate in order for a word to come out. So we're talking about vibration here. We're literally talking about sound, a vibration here, right? And science has already proven everything is vibrating. Every single thing is vibrating. If there was shit that, if we actually had the eyes to be able to see it, the table that I'm sitting next to would be vibrating. Everything is vibrating. Everything is in vibration. So this is telling you God is the purest base form of every single thing in existence, right? The word or sound or vibration was God. Holy shit. We're talking about a 2,000-year-old plus manuscript here, talking about fucking science that just got proven in the last couple decades, right? That's incredible. That's incredible, right? But most people don't know what the fuck that means. They're just like, oh, well, this is just making way for Jesus, right? Okay, guys, there was some physical aspect to this stuff, but there's also a lot of metaphysical stuff that you gotta, that most people can't wrap their heads around, right? That's why they write it in very simple terms. Word. Okay, it's word. Now they're gonna, I had a Christian tell me that word was this Bible. I said, dude, this Bible got written 2,000 plus years ago. We know that the planet is way older than that. So how could they be talking about in the beginning if this Bible, this word, wasn't even around? It just says the word. And then I explained the vibration part, and he just stared at me like I'm a fucking Satan worshiper or some shit. It's like, oh my God. Well, that's a whole nother subject too. So anyways, it said, he was with God in the beginning. All things were created through him, and apart from him, not one thing was created that has been created. So, all things were created through him, and apart from him, not one thing was created that has been created. So, all things were created through him. So, whatever him is, which is God, vibration, all things are created through vibration. All things have to vibrate in order to be in existence. This is what it's telling us here. It's simple. I mean, fuck, read a science book, right? Okay. Not one thing, he said not one thing was created that has been created. So this is just letting you know there was nothing around. Nothing, absolutely nothing, except vibration, right? God, sound, vibration, right? Life was in him. Vibration brings about material objects, manifestations, animals, humans, everything is vibrating. Life was in him. And that life was the light of men. Okay, so now we're talking about a different type of vibration. Light is a wavelength. It vibrates up and down, right? So now we have a different type of vibration. So energy is splitting now. Okay, so we have life was the light of men. So now, and we have these light bodies. We're vibrating light bodies. So now we have God, vibration, splitting into different types of vibrations. This is amazing, right? That light shines in the darkness, yet the darkness did not overcome it. So here we have our principle of polarity here, our two sides now. God has just split itself into different types of vibrations, right? Now we have light and light, which anything outside the light or not as illuminated is considered dark. But it's still all in one. It's still God. It's still all the same thing. It's just different variations of it now, right? There was a man named John who was sent by God. First of all, sent by God. We were all sent by God. This is not a lie. John was sent by God. I was sent by God. You were sent. Everything was sent by vibration, right? Everything in existence was sent by vibration. So, of course, John was sent by God. And we're calling God, which is the Word, which is what they said earlier. This is what the Bible told us. God was the Word. I'm not mixing this stuff up. I'm not making anything up with it. God was the Word. It's what it says. Read it in your Bible. God was the Word. The Word is vibration. So, God is vibration, right? Everything is vibrating, right? So John was sent by God. Okay, John was born into a vibrating existence just like everything else. He came as a witness to testify about the light so that all might believe through him. John was on the path, man. He was on the spiritual path. He wasn't necessarily a fucking Gandhi at this point, or a Buddha, or Jesus Christ, per se. But he was on the path. He started to see it. The wisdom was coming to him. So yeah, he's fucking talking about it. It's just like, if you're watching this video, there's something that's inspiring about this type of stuff to you. So as soon as you learn just a little bit, you want to tell people about it because it makes you feel great and passionate, right? So you want to tell people about it, right? So John's out there fucking telling people about it. Like, look, guys, you know that God that we were talking about that you're supposed to be worshiping, doing all this weird shit, cutting your dick skin off, doing blood sacrifices and all this crazy fucking weird shit in the Old Testament? John's like, look, that's not it, really. There's something there, though. There is a God, you know. There's things that we can do. So John is trying to tell people, look, there's a light, right? He's coming. It's coming to the world. Like, people are starting to understand it. People will begin to understand this. John was, like, teaching first graders math, because he's prepping them for second grade or third grade or fourth or fifth, right? So he's that one level below. We just hit 10. I'm going to stop it. Go to the next video if you're enjoying it.